Rumi is the greatest Sufi mystic and poet that he transcends time and space. For centuries, Rumi has appealed to people of different cultures and backgrounds with the language of love. He speaks directly to the heart and is therefore timeless. Rumi, who is one of the most quoted poets in the West, is the founder of a bridge between the Islamic world and the West and forms a common foundation for dialogue with his works.
God said, "Let there be light," and there was light.
And we adorned the heaven of this world with lamps, and we protected it.
For with you is the fountain of life, in your light do we see the light.
Love each other as brothers, be compassionate, humble.
We have given her a sense of love and purity from us. She was very devout.
The prophets came to mankind to set an example of good and goodness. Scriptures were sent to teach truth and honesty. In fact, all the teachings point to one word. That's the only word that's the source of all beauty. This unique word is love. There is no evil in a heart with love. There is no hatred or revenge in a heart with love. There is no radicalism and hostility in a heart with love. Mevlana Jalaleddin Rumi called everyone into this word. He took his inspiration from the Quran. The Quran taught him? You, believers, you are such frank, clear-hearted people that you love everyone, even if who are enemies to you. And you believe in all of the Allah revealed books. Those who believe and do deeds of righteousness, the most gracious, will surely bring about fondest love for them. As a matter of fact, he lived these principles in his life. While Rumi was living in Anatolia, it was occupied by the Mongols. He advised the public to calm because of the Mongol invasion. That's why he was subjected to insults. Rumi chose to get along with them. But he had very advanced ideas in his mind. One of those ideas was that the Mongols would come forward in a completely different line. Indeed, in a verse of the court, he says, "When you look at the Mongols, you see the notorious unbelievers, but I consider them 100 banners of faith." The truth confirming this sentence took place 35 years after his death. Ghazan Khan, the leader of the state, prints and hangs Rumi's poem in gold letters to the Khan's Diwan house. Yes, we inevitably need sounds like Rumi to drown the hard drums of the clash of civilizations. Today, it becomes imperative that we take the time to come together, talk to each other and understand, and find a common basic and reference framework. He not only talked about compassion and tolerance with what he wrote and did, but also signaled how an atmosphere where these values became reality would emerge. Rumi was born in the city of Balkh on September 30, 1207, at a time of social, political and military problems all over Asia. Like God's beloved servants, he was persecuted and eventually forced to leave his country. First they moved to Nishba, then to Baghdad, then to Kaaba. Then they come to Damascus and Karaman. They settled in Konya at the invitation of Seljuk Sultan, who invites Rumi's father Bahadin Welat. In 1231, with the death of his father, his disciples gathered around Mevlana this time. After many years, he met Shams Tabrizi, who visited Konya. The process in which he continued his spiritual journey and eventually became known to the known person with his spiritual depth was thanks to his meeting with Shams. Mevlana and Shams have mystical conversations for a long time and become followers of each other. As the two oceans approach each other, two talented and sharp minds come together, so they reach the climax of knowledge, love, compassion and joy. However, after a while, the public will not be happy with the conversation of these two people, and rumors begin. So Shams leaves, one night unaware of Rumi. And Rumi is very upset. He'll take himself to seclusion. In the absence and longing of the friendly Shams, he writes mystical poems.
You went. Separation brings tears to my eyes. My excitement, which is growing at any moment, increases my tears. You're not gone alone, my eyes also went with you. How can I pour my tears when I don't have eyes anymore?
Rumi divine love has now turned into a fire and matured by cooking. As a matter of fact, with the departure of Shams, he started to whirling Sama.
I heard you intend to leave us. Don't. Another lover, you're gravitating onto another friend. Don't. What are you doing in this foreign world, stranger? Which obdurate person do you mean? Don't. Don't steal us from ourselves, don't go to far lands. You admire stolen others. Don't. Oh, moon, the world is devastated, upside down for you. You devastate us, turn us upside down. Don't.
As it is known, Sama is a symbol of one's transformation into reality and love. Dervishes revolve around their hearts during Sama. Just as the planets orbit the sun, they revolve around the sheikh. This also symbolizes Rumi's communication with his divine friend, Shams Tabrizi. Sama begins where the lust is depleted, where self and selfishness end. When Samazin takes off his black cardigan, he embarks on a spiritual journey and rises to eternity. His coin on the head is tombstone of the self. His white dress is the shroud of self. His right hand is directed towards the sky as he prays, and his left hand is facing the ground. This stance is to share the love he receives from God to the public. It is the way he turns around the heart from right to left, embracing all the people, all his creations with love and love with all his heart. Sama is the meditation of emotions. It is an expression of divine love and respect for God. Sama is something new that Rumi has uncovered. It is an innovative approach to achieving God. It is to be one and reach Him by feeling God unconsciously during His return. Rumi is a symbol of tolerance and compassion, in a sense, laid the foundations of humanism in the 13th century. Rumi also prioritizes human love, while describing love and lover in his deep poems, says, love is to be friends, to be united, to understand and to empathize. We don't plant any seeds in this land but love. We don't plant any other seeds in this immaculate field. Rumi's works and perspectives inspired many scholars not only in the Muslim world, but also in the West. For example, Goethe was inspired by Rumi's poems, translated into German, in his work, East-West Divan. Rembrandt was painting two imaginary pictures of Rumi. In the works of Spinoza, novelists, Hegel, Nietzsche, Dostoevsky, Gabriel Marcel, the smell of mevlana Jalaleddin Rumi was deeply felt. When Rumi said, come whoever you are, some people would be angry and insulted him. One day one person wrote, you embrace even the disbelievers. You come together with them. You say come even to the sinners. Rumi read the letter, turned around, and wrote an answer and sent it. In his answer, it just says, if you come too, I'm opening my heart also to you. There is no stronger communication between people than love. It is not possible for a person deprived of love and compassion to rise and lead spiritually. Rumi gives us a philosophy that gathers all the information and teaches us where to go from anywhere. Rumi also pointed out that faith and democracy can complement each other. To live together in a democracy requires reconciliation with people who have a different faith or who never believe in God, he said. And by inviting humanity to love, he opened his heart to everyone and embraced everyone. And he said, come, whoever you are. Wanderer, worshipper, lover of leaving. It doesn't matter. Ours is not a caravan of despair. Come, even if you have broken your vows 1,000 times. Come, yet again. Come. And Rumi commented on his life with the following 3 words. I was raw, cooked, and then burned. Today, we are here as a sprout of the seeds planted by Rumi. In a world where love is replaced by envy and hatred, we can only come together to lead to the same purpose. Today, the languages we speak may be different, but Rumi says, those who share the same feeling, not who speak the same language, they can agree. That's why we can sincerely embrace you from the heart.